A friendship that was meant to be. When Meghan Markle joined the royal family, many people hoped she and Catherine Middleton, the Princess of Wales, would become close friends. Both women were admired for their intelligence, kindness, and their desire to make the world a better place. They were known for caring deeply about helping others, each in her own way. Many imagined them sharing happy moments at royal events, working together on charity projects, and bringing fresh energy to the royal family. Before Meghan married Prince Harry, she had built a rich and meaningful life. She was an actress, writer, and an advocate for important causes. Meghan traveled to places like Rwanda and India, helping those in need. She fought for women's rights, supported military families, and worked hard to create positive change. Her titles, such as UN Women's Advocate and Global Ambassador for World Vision, showed how dedicated she was. She even visited soldiers in Afghanistan to bring them comfort and joy. In 2018, Meghan's life changed forever when she married Prince Harry and became the Duchess of Sussex. Along with her royal duties, Meghan continued to support causes close to her heart. She wrote articles, created her own website called The Tiggy, and served as a guest editor for British Vogue, which became its best-selling issue ever. Meghan was passionate about using her platform to inspire others and raise awareness. After Meghan and Harry stepped back from their official royal roles, they focused on helping others through their Archwell Foundation. This organization aimed to support communities in need, not just with temporary help, but lasting assistance. Meghan believed it was important to empower women, helping them find jobs and build confidence. She became a patron of SmartWorks, a charity helping women prepare for job interviews. Meghan also found success in entertainment, with her podcast Archetypes, exploring how society labels women unfairly. Her children's book, The Bench, and a cookbook made with women from the Hub Community Kitchen became bestsellers. The kitchen was created to help women affected by the tragic Grenfell Tower fire in London, showing Meghan's heart for community and healing. On the other hand, Catherine Middleton, now the Princess of Wales, has been known for her calm and steady presence in the royal family. Before marrying Prince William in 2011, she showed kindness through many charity projects. She supported UNICEF with a photo exhibit, visited children's hospices, and organized events like a roller disco fundraiser for hospitals and mental health charities. Catherine also helped raise money for children with terminal illnesses through elegant charity balls. After marriage, Catherine took on many royal duties and helped Queen Elizabeth II with official events. Together with William, she created a wedding gift fund that encouraged people to donate to charities important to them, such as those helping children, the environment, and the military. In 2012, when Prince Harry joined William's foundation, it was renamed to include Catherine, showing her important role. She has focused much of her work on mental health, children's welfare, and early childhood development. People hoped that Meghan and Catherine, both strong and smart women, would become close friends. Fans looked forward to seeing them together, believing they would be a wonderful team. Meghan especially wanted to feel a warm friendship with Catherine. Being new to the royal family was not always easy for Meghan. Sometimes she felt alone and wished Catherine, who had once been an outsider herself, would offer a kind smile or a friendly word during tough times. At first, their relationship seemed friendly. They went to Wimbledon together, enjoyed tennis matches, and spent holidays with the royal family. Their public appearances looked joyful and polite. To many, it seemed like a happy friendship. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated. Things about tension began even before Meghan and Harry got engaged. People inside the palace said Meghan and Catherine did not have much in common besides their royal titles. Meghan was lively and outspoken, while Catherine was quiet and calm. Meghan's bold and modern ideas sometimes clashed with royal traditions, which made Catherine uncomfortable. Those close to the family said Catherine did not try hard to build a strong bond with Meghan. Even though they both came from middle-class backgrounds and shared royal experiences, Catherine kept her distance. She was known to be distant with people she did not immediately connect with, and sadly, Meghan fell into that group. As time went on, their relationship grew colder. Reports say Catherine often talked about Meghan to others instead of speaking directly with her. This made Meghan feel more alone inside the royal circle. Some even noticed Catherine would visibly shudder or react awkwardly when Meghan's name came up, showing her discomfort. Though they acted polite and public, a true friendship was unlikely. What started as hope for a warm connection slowly faded into simple politeness and formal greetings. The affection many hoped for was replaced by a quiet tension. Small acts of kindness were missed, and the distance between them grew. Let's take a jump back to where it all started, to how an actress became a royal. This unfortunately because the trigger to a feud. How did Harry and Meghan meet? Let's dive into it. A royal love story like no other. Meghan Markle's entrance into the royal family was like a modern fairy tale. It all began in the middle of 2016, when Meghan, a well-known American actress from the TV show Suits, met Prince Harry, the beloved grandson of Queen Elizabeth II. Their love story grew quickly and captured hearts all around the world. What made their story even more special was the strong connection they had. Even though they came from very different worlds, they say Meghan and Harry first met on Instagram. Some people say it was a blind date set up by a mutual friend in July 2016. But what really mattered was how fast they felt close to each other. Meghan was kind and friendly, and Harry was charming and caring. They both felt comfortable right away. Soon after their relationship began, the media found out. On November 8th, just a week after the news came out, Prince Harry stood up for Meghan. She was being hurt by false stories in the press and online. Harry showed how much he loved and protected her by speaking out. In September 2017, Meghan and Harry appeared together in public for the first time at the Invictus Games in Toronto. These games were very important to Harry because they helped injured soldiers. Meghan joined in to support his work and showed she cared about his causes. People loved seeing them happy together, sharing real moments of love. Then, on November 27, 2017, Prince Charles, Harry's father, announced their engagement. Everyone was excited and happy. Meghan was admired for her confidence, kindness, and dedication to helping others. Many felt hopeful seeing a woman of mixed race join the royal family. It was a sign of change and hope for a tradition-filled world. Meghan made big choices for her future. She stopped acting to focus on her royal duties and charity work. She also wanted to become a British citizen to fully join her new life. She was ready to give her all to her new role. Before their wedding, Meghan prepared deeply. On March 6, 2018, in a private ceremony at St. James Palace, she was baptized and confirmed in the Church of England. The Archbishop of Canterbury led the service, which was very important to Meghan, and showed her commitment to the royal family. On May 19, 2018, people all over the world watched Meghan and Harry say their vows at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. The wedding was full of love and joy. Meghan wore a beautiful dress by Claire Waite Keller. Their happiness was clear to everyone. Meghan later shared that just 3 days before, they had a secret vow exchange in their backyard with the Archbishop. An intimate moment that was special, but not legally a wedding. After the wedding, they lived in Nottingham Cottage at Kensington Palace. It was small but cozy. Then they rented a lovely home in the Cotswolds for 2 years. But when paparazzi took pictures inside the house without permission, they ended the lease. They thought about moving to a big 21-room apartment in Kensington Palace, but decided instead to accept Queen Elizabeth II's generous offer of Frogmore Cottage in Windsor Castle's home park. The cottage was fixed up to be warm and welcoming for them. Meghan and Harry were excited to start their new life in this peaceful place, far from London's busy media. At first, the royal family and the public were happy about Harry's choice. Meghan brought fresh energy and hope. People admired her smartness, grace, and dedication to charity. She was known for helping women, children, and military families. It looked like she would fit perfectly into the royal world. People everywhere loved Meghan and Harry's romance. Their love seemed strong and based on respect, kindness, and shared passion for giving back. Many believed their marriage would change the royal family and help make it more modern for the future. In the beginning, Meghan's start in royal life was full of hope and joy. People were impressed by how real and easy her love with Harry looked. Her kindness and charity work touched many hearts and promised great things ahead. Even though they faced many challenges later, the early days of Meghan and Harry's story show how love can grow even in hard times. Their story gave hope that new love can bring light and inspire people around the world. So while we saw the free and the smiles, there was trouble lurking around. What really happened between Meghan and Catherine during the course of Meghan's wedding? "Stick with us," whispers behind the palace doors. In 2018, the whole world watched as Prince Harry married Meghan Markle on a bright sunny May morning. It felt like a real-life fairy tale. The warm sun shone over St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Royal family members, famous celebrities, and important people gathered, dressed in their finest clothes, all there to see this special day. Everyone looked happy, smiling and joyful. But behind the beautiful smiles and sparkling dresses, some problems were quietly brewing inside the palace walls. Kate, the Princess of Wales, also known as Catherine, was there at the Grand Chapel. She looked elegant next to her husband, Prince William. Their daughter, Princess Charlotte, had an important part as one of the flower girls. But even though it looked like a perfect family moment, some tension was already building between Meghan and Catherine. Just days before the wedding, a small event started a lot of talk. The problem was with the flower girl dresses, especially Charlotte's. When she tried on her dress, Catherine noticed it did not fit right. The dress was too big and too long for Charlotte, and this made the little princess upset. Like any caring mom, Catherine reached out to Meghan to talk about fixing the dress. But Meghan was going through a hard time. Her father was very sick and could not come to the wedding. This made Meghan very sad, so she did not answer Catherine's message right away. This made things a bit tense between them. When Meghan did reply, she shared what she was going through. She also suggested taking Charlotte to the tailor to fix the dress. After the dress was fixed and Charlotte stopped crying, there was still a quiet tension in the air. Harry came home and saw Meghan sitting on the floor, crying. He knew the wedding planning, family worries, and palace rules were all too much for her. Kate saw how upset Meghan was and wanted to help. The next day, she brought flowers and a kind note to Meghan to try to make peace. This sweet gesture created a touching moment between them. Even though it did not fix everything, it showed how small problems can feel big when everyone is watching and emotions are high. More uneasy moments happened during the wedding plans. One time, they talked about the rehearsal. Meghan joked that Catherine might have baby brain because she had just had a baby. Meghan meant it as a funny joke, but Catherine felt hurt by the comment. This misunderstanding reached Prince William and made things more difficult. Meghan said sorry for the joke at a tea party in Kensington Palace in June 2018. Even though the apology was accepted, moments like this made their relationship fragile. Being a royal bride-to-be was harder than Meghan expected. The strict royal rules and pressure to look perfect were tough for her. People watched her every move, not just the public, but also palace workers. The British tabloids often wrote mean stories that upset her. Meghan also found it hard to make friends with some palace staff. She felt they did not support her as she tried to get used to royal life. Even though the wedding day looked magical, with many happy moments and beautiful pictures. People close to the family knew there were tensions before the big day. What might seem small to outsiders felt very important in the palace's high-pressure world. Meghan and Catherine's very different backgrounds made it hard for them to connect. But that was just the beginning. But now Prince William became fed up. Why was this? What did he finally do? Let's find out. Prince William's quiet but final decision. Prince William is known for being calm and thoughtful. He always cares deeply about his loved ones, especially his dear wife Catherine. Their love story has touched hearts all around the world. William has stood by Catherine's side through everything, showing his strong love and protection. When Catherine bravely faced cancer, William's care and support shone even brighter. Even though the royal family often faces rumors, scandals, and fights, William recently made a big decision that shook the palace. Meghan Markle was quietly removed from their close circle. Earlier this year at the Olympics in Paris, many noticed that William was not there. The reason was simple and loving. Catherine was going through chemotherapy, and William stayed home to care for her, especially with the risk of COVID around. When someone close tested positive, William chose to be safe and put Catherine's health first. Catherine herself shared her story with the public. After surgery, she learned she had cancer and had to start treatment right away. This was a tough time for the whole family. Their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, stood strong by their mother's side. Catherine sent a heartfelt message thanking everyone for their support and saying how much family love helped her stay strong. She reminded us all that life can change suddenly, but love keeps us steady. William has always been protective of Catherine, even before they were married. Back in 2005, when paparazzi chased her on her way to a job interview, William acted quickly. He worked with Catherine's father to send legal warnings to the media to protect her privacy. In 2007, after photographers followed them aggressively one night, William spoke up about how hard it was for them. Some newspapers listened, while others ignored the warnings. This showed William's strong will to keep Catherine safe from harm. William usually avoids fights in the royal family. In 2016, when Prince Harry and Meghan faced harsh media criticism, William supported them both, understanding how tough it is to live in the spotlight. In 2018, he even spoke about the dangers of fake news and harmful social media. But now, with Catherine's health struggles, William's dedication to protecting her has grown even stronger. To keep her peace, he is said to have decided to keep Meghan out of their close circle. This choice is not made from hate, but from love and care for Catherine's well-being. Those close to the family say that even if William and Harry could make peace, Meghan would still be kept away. Catherine has been quietly hurt by Meghan's actions, especially during her illness. The public only sees the happy royal family on the surface, but inside the palace there has been pain and sadness. The drama has also hurt the family's reputation. After Harry and Meghan's famous interview with Oprah, William showed his frustration. When a reporter asked him about racism in the royal family, William broke from royal tradition and firmly denied the claims. This rare moment showed how deeply affected he was. Behind the scenes, tensions between William and Harry grew. They had a big argument about Meghan's behavior, and with Harry and Meghan's public criticisms of the monarchy, William reached his limit. The decision to ban Meghan from royal events and family gatherings was serious. In royal terms, a lifetime ban means no more public or private royal involvement. William's reaction is calm but firm. No drama, just a clear boundary. The issue isn't just about Meghan, but also about Harry's choice to share private family matters with the world. The turning point came after Harry's BBC interview on May 2nd. From then on, William and Catherine agreed Meghan should no longer be part of their circle. Palace staff were told not to talk about Meghan around Catherine while she was recovering. This wasn't done out of anger, but because of emotional exhaustion. The family had reached their limit with pain, lies, and tension. William has also told King Charles he wants the drama to end. With the king's health fragile, William feels it's his duty to protect the family and the future of the monarchy. He sees himself as Catherine's protector and the guardian of the royal family's peace. This means making hard choices, and this one is final. Royal expert Angela Levin says the palace's plan is to stay quiet and avoid public fights. This silence frustrates Meghan more than official statements would. Without attention, the drama fades. William and Catherine find comfort in this peaceful quiet. No one knows exactly how Meghan was told about the ban through Harry, palace officials, or directly. But it's clear Meghan will no longer take part in royal family life. No official events, no private parties, no talks. This chapter has closed to protect Catherine's peace and the family's good name. Caught between love and family, Prince Harry's life has been a journey filled with deep emotions. Love, pain, loyalty, and heartbreak. Once he was the smiling, joyful prince, full of energy and warmth. But beneath his bright smile was a man carrying heavy burdens, the weight of family troubles, hidden secrets, and many disappointments often felt like a storm inside him. Now, as the gap between him and his brother, Prince William, grows wider, Harry feels very alone in a sea of swirling feelings. At the heart of this emotional storm is Meghan Markle, the woman Harry loves with all his heart. When their story began, it seemed like a beautiful fairy tale full of hope and happiness. But soon, things became much harder. The royal family was not ready for Meghan, and Meghan was not prepared for the tough rules and traditions of royal life. From the beginning, Meghan faced whispers and sideways glances that made her feel unwelcome. Through all this, Harry stood strong to protect her, like a shield guarding her from the harsh world she had entered. But standing up for Meghan came at a cost. Harry found himself growing distant from his own family, especially from William. This hurt deeply because Harry and William had once been very close, almost like best friends. After losing their beloved mother, Princess Diana, they leaned on each other for comfort. Their brotherly bond helped heal the deep pain of loss. But as time passed, their lives began to take different paths, and Meghan's arrival made their distance feel even bigger and harder to close. Harry saw the struggle inside William, too. He believed William still carried sadness and regret from their parents' troubled past, and that these feelings weighed heavily on him. This made their fights about loyalty and family feel even harder. Harry wanted to protect Meghan and find a freer, happier life, while William felt his duty to tradition was more important. William saw Harry's choices as turning away from family. One of the hardest moments for Harry was hearing that William wanted to keep Meghan out of important family events. It felt like a painful, final rejection, not just of Meghan, but of Harry himself. Losing his brother's support was like losing a piece of his heart. Even if Harry and William find peace someday, many say Meghan won't be part of that healing. Harry's pain was deep. He was torn between his fierce love for Meghan and his longing to be close to his family again. Instead of angry outbursts, Harry's sadness showed his quiet hurt, a slow-burning feeling that was sometimes harder to bear. He felt left behind by the family he once loved and trusted. Harry also saw how hard royal life was on Meghan. The endless pressure, the harsh rumors and media attacks took a toll on her spirit. He felt responsible for bringing her into that world and wanted to protect her better than ever before. More than anything, Harry dreamed of a calm, peaceful life away from the royal spotlight, a life where he and his children could live happily and freely without fear or pain. When Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties, it was a big change. It was a sad farewell, but also a chance for a fresh start. Since then, they have returned to England only a few times, and every visit feels tense and difficult. Though they have private talks, the distance between Harry and William grows wider with every passing day. Harry's sadness turned to frustration when he saw his family offering care to others but not to Meghan. This double standard confused and hurt him deeply. Gossip spread about heated talks between Harry and William after private family disagreements spilled into public interviews. William, careful and private, felt ashamed and disappointed. Harry, honest and open, felt misunderstood and alone. Neither could find a way back to the closeness they once had, and their rift deepened. Now, Harry carries a deep sadness for the happy times he once shared with William. Days filled with laughter, brotherhood, and hope. He knows those moments have passed, but the longing for what could have been still stays in his heart. His love for his family is complicated, marked by pain, but never completely gone. Harry stands at a crossroads between two worlds, the royal life he was born into and the new life he is building with Meghan and their children. He searches every day for peace, love, and healing. While the verdict hit Harry hard, the public had a different tune to it all. What was the public's choice? How did they respond to the exile of Meghan Markle from the royal family? Let's dive into it. How the public reacted to the royal rift. The public revelation of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's rift with the royal family sparked widespread emotional reactions and discussions throughout the nation. It seemed as though the global audience was drawn into a spectacle of familial conflict that addressed themes of customs, affection, commitment, and contemporary beliefs. Individuals from all walks of life shared their viewpoints, which soon blended into a cacophony of chatter on social media platforms, in newspapers, and during domestic conversations. There was an evident split from the beginning. Meghan's advocates viewed her as a target of traditional royal elitism and unjust behavior. They felt she was poorly treated by the media and specific royals. In their eyes, Meghan was a courageous woman who entered a distant, outdated institution that never fully embraced her. The biased headlines, hurtful remarks, and icy receptions at royal gatherings reinforced their argument. Supporters of Prince William and Princess Catherine on the opposite end were devoted to upholding tradition and viewed the royal family as a crucial emblem of steadiness. They perceived Meghan and Harry as individuals who needlessly introduced conflict into a family already under immense public scrutiny. In their eyes, the couple's choice to distance themselves from royal responsibilities and their subsequent public discussions appeared to be a breach of trust within the sacred bonds of family. Numerous individuals believed that Harry, previously adored as a prince, allowed his emotions and frustration to cloud his judgment. The media also took a stance. The sensationalist newspapers, famous for their daring and occasionally harsh headlines, frequently portrayed Meghan as demanding and craving attention. They scrutinized her intentions and criticized every action she took. These narratives provoked a mix of anger and sadness among Meghan's followers, who felt she was unjustly singled out due to her background and identity. During this time, certain traditional news sources attempted to remain impartial, but ultimately succumbed to the allure of the spectacle. Each private dispute, every cold stare exchanged by the siblings, and any sign of strain was sensationalized with eye-catching headlines. The ongoing exchanges involving Harry, Meghan, and the other members of the royal family dominated conversations on daytime TV programs, magazine front pages, and social media platforms. Twitter was the platform where all the excitement happened. Every day, there were trending hashtags. One moment, it was all about "We love Meghan," as individuals expressed their backing and empathy. The next moment, it shifted to "Stand with William," as some stood up for the royal family's responsibility to uphold its customs. The debates seemed to go on indefinitely. Certain supporters wrote extensive posts justifying Meghan's decision to depart, while others claimed that she had shown disrespect towards the Queen and the values the monarchy represented. Over time, individuals started to feel weary. The continuous cycle of events, the prearranged conversations, the mysterious, unauthorized disclosures, everything began to seem overwhelming. Even individuals who had taken sides before started to yearn for tranquility. They were no longer interested in learning about concealed gatherings, or who did or did not communicate with one another. What initially began as a sorrowful family affair had evolved into a spectacle for all to witness, leaving many drained. The royal family was known for their discretion and tendency to avoid public disputes. Once William was said to have felt remorse for his previous minor responses as they tended to draw more focus towards Harry and Meghan, their mantra was clear: the crown must always take precedence over personal turmoil. This principle was ingrained in them through their study of past events, and it was not something they were willing to overlook. Opinion surveys among the public quickly indicated the deep divisions within the nation. A few surveys indicated that the public sympathy towards Meghan and Harry had drastically decreased, whereas the support for William and Catherine had stayed consistent. The perception of the couple as powerless victims fighting against a long-standing system started to diminish. Instead, some individuals began to view them as individuals who had severed numerous connections, known for blaming others readily, but hesitant to forgive. The change in public sentiment towards the prince was not being welcomed at the palace. Observers felt a sense of melancholy as they saw the prince becoming more withdrawn and distant. Within the confines of the royal residences, whispers of a subdued sorrow could be heard. Nobody was reveling in this situation. It was a sorrowful outcome stemming from unresolved conflicts, and a family too entrenched in tradition to address them effectively. However, the monarchy continued to function in its usual manner. Throughout history, the crown has faced and overcome more severe challenges by adhering to the steadfast principle of prioritizing the monarchy over personal issues. One observer of the royal family pointed out that despite the uproar in the media or on social platforms, the monarchy will persist. Ultimately, the aftermath was a country torn apart, a fractured family, and a population tired of constant turmoil. The social media trends would settle down. Fresh news stories would emerge, yet the scars within that household would probably endure, concealed within the confines of the royal residence and elaborately crafted official declarations. The aftermath of a royal break. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle decided to step back from their royal duties, it was more than just about titles or roles. It marked the breaking of a family once seen as strong and unbreakable. This decision changed everything in their lives and left deep, lasting effects that still linger today. Meghan was becoming very unhappy inside the royal family. At first, many thought she would bring new life and modern charm to the monarchy. She had experience in the spotlight, confidence, and grace. But behind the palace doors, things were very different. The strict rules, cold atmosphere, and constant watching by the media made her life very hard. Within just a year and a half after marrying Harry, her struggles began to show. In her interviews, especially the famous one with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan opened up about feeling left out and very alone. She had hoped staying quiet would keep her safe, but it did not work that way. One of the most shocking things she shared was that when she was pregnant with Archie, she was told he wouldn't get a royal title or security. Meghan felt this might be because Archie is mixed race, and this scared her even more, especially with all the harsh media attention she faced. Meghan revealed something very painful. She once felt so sad and hopeless that she did not want to live anymore. She asked the palace for help and hoped to get medical care, but they said it wouldn't look good for the royal family. Feeling alone, judged and criticized, Meghan and Harry reached a breaking point. Harry saw history repeating itself. He remembered how his mother, Princess Diana, suffered from the press and the royal family. He feared Meghan would face the same pain. After Meghan became very popular with the public, especially during their Australia tour, Harry thought the royal family started feeling jealous. They even thought about moving far away to places like South Africa or New Zealand to find peace, but those plans never worked out. Instead came Megxit, Harry and Meghan's choice to leave royal life and start fresh in California. The royal family's reaction was cold and quiet. They gave formal statements but stayed distant behind closed doors. Meghan, already estranged from her father, now felt even more isolated from the powerful family she had joined. No calls, no messages, no signs of welcome. Even William and Catherine, along with others in the palace, agreed it was time to draw a line. Enough is enough, they said. Harry found himself in a very hard spot. Though the family was upset by his interviews and his book, they still hoped he might come back with strict rules. He wasn't allowed to speak about them publicly or make deals that criticized the family. Some believed Harry could return, but only if Meghan wasn't part of it. But Harry's heart is tied tightly to Meghan's story. Whether in interviews, documentaries, or his memoir, he has stood by her side. Turning back now would feel like betraying the love and loyalty he holds dear. He's caught in a painful struggle with no easy way out. People close to the royal family say Harry's love is real, but has become stubborn. What started as protecting his wife and child now looks like using his royal title against his own family. Money troubles added to the strain. Rumors say King Charles offered Harry a large sum to help him leave palace life smoothly, but Harry claimed it was more like being left alone and mistreated. Inside the palace, frustration grows. They see a prince who once loved his duties now seeking sympathy and attention through personal stories. Every interview, every public move seems to widen the gap more. Today, Meghan's place feels frozen. She is neither welcomed nor openly rejected, but quietly shut out. The palace doesn't mention her name, and connections have been carefully cut. The calm, polite ignoring might be the harshest punishment of all. Harry remains in a delicate position. Some family members secretly hope he will return. Others think reconciliation is impossible. Every time Harry speaks about royal issues, it pushes him further away. And as Meghan shares more of their struggles, the family's divide grows even bigger. What's with Meghan and Catherine's relationship now? Have they reconciled? Was there a change in heart? Also, how has Meghan reacted to this exile? Let's dive into it. The story of Meghan and Catherine today. The relationship between Meghan Markle and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, feels cold and distant. There is a quiet silence between them that says more than words ever could. What was once a connection watched closely by the world now seems frozen in time. Still, without warmth or hope for a fresh start, there are no signs of kindness or friendship. Just a quiet gap that seems hard to cross. Experts who follow the royal family say Meghan and Catherine never really got close. Their relationship has been called distant or even a little cold. People have noticed how they carefully avoid each other, rarely sharing a moment or a smile. Rumors say they don't even talk anymore, like two people living in the same big palace but in different worlds. Some say Meghan feels sorry about how things turned out with Catherine. Maybe she wishes to make peace, especially since Catherine is going through hard health times. But fixing what's broken is not easy. Years of misunderstandings and hurt feelings have built walls that are hard to break down. It's not just a small disagreement, it's a deep, heavy silence born from many moments of pain. Meghan's absence at important royal events is very clear. She hasn't been at big gatherings like funerals, coronations, or family birthdays. Even when Prince Harry visits England, Meghan usually stays behind in the United States. People wonder if she is keeping her distance because of how she was treated in the past. Instead, she seems focused on her new life, especially her American Riviera orchard project about food, gardening, and joy. In early 2020, Meghan rarely showed up in public. Unlike before, when she attended many events and spoke to the media often, now she keeps to herself. The only time she was in the spotlight was a short interview with Harry about their Archwell Foundation helping families. Other than that, Meghan chose to stay quiet and out of the public eye. Fans and royal watchers were surprised by this silence. Harry is busy with public appearances, but Meghan is slowly disappearing from the spotlight. People wonder if she's trying to find peace, or if something else is behind her quiet retreat. At the start of 2024, Meghan and Harry seemed active. They went to Vancouver for the Invictus Games, where Meghan's stylish winter clothes reminded many of her royal days. She also appeared at a big festival in Austin for International Women's Day and talked about her new American Riviera Orchard brand. Netflix even announced she would star in a cooking and lifestyle show, suggesting a busy year ahead. But the busy year did not happen. Meghan seems unhappy. It's sad and a little ironic that Meghan, known for cutting out negative people from her life, even family, now feels the same cold distance from the royal family. Those who once welcomed her now keep their distance. There is no talk, just quiet walls and clear limits. This coldness isn't just at the palace. Personal friendships are also breaking down. A famous former Vogue editor who worked with Meghan ended their partnership badly. What started as praise turned sour. Behind the scenes, Meghan was said to make many demands and act difficult. Friends and colleagues grew tired of walking on eggshells, unsure how to handle her mood swings. This is a pattern. Meghan quickly forms friendships based on shared ideas, but lets them go when they don't meet her hopes. Friends, media stars, and Hollywood contacts once admired Meghan, but now many keep their distance. The charm that once drew people in seems to be fading. Meghan is feeling disappointed with herself. She once thought she could control her story and win over the media. But now both the royal family and the traditional British circles that once supported her are critical. Newspapers that once praised Meghan now write negative stories. This sudden change leaves her confused and upset. Meghan's public image, full of messages about women's power, kindness, and honesty, doesn't match rumors about her private life. Reports about her controlling ways, mood changes, and failed friendships have caused even loyal fans to step back. The quiet ending of many important relationships sends a strong message. According to insiders, this did not happen overnight. It was a slow process where Meghan's need to control how people saw her and her difficult behavior made others pull away. On the other hand, Catherine avoids mentioning Meghan at all. Whether in public or private, she doesn't bring Meghan's name up. It seems too painful or tiring for her. Catherine, known for being calm and graceful, stays away from anything that might stir old troubles. Prince William is firm in his choice. He sees this not as a personal fight, but as protecting the royal family's good name. He believes Meghan brings too much risk. Her unpredictable behavior, the constant media attention, and her public criticism clash with the royal image William wants to protect. William has made a clear and firm decision to cut all ties with Meghan. There will be no chances to fix things, no quiet talks, no negotiations. He insists Meghan be kept out of all royal events and family matters from now on. What made him decide this was realizing Meghan's name was still being mentioned inside the palace, a step too far. Now, Meghan is like a ghost in their world, there but not welcome. This chilly relationship between Meghan and Catherine tells a sad story of pain, disappointment, and distance. Two women once sharing the royal spotlight now live separate lives, divided by silence and cold walls. Whether they will ever find a way back to each other is unknown. For now, the royal family moves forward, leaving Meghan behind as she builds a quieter life away from royal eyes. What do you think? Will there ever be a loophole that can pull Meghan into reconciliation and unban? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, be sure to click on the video shown on your screen.